Aisha stirred her coffee absent-mindedly, the steam curling into the air like whispered secrets. Around her, couples leaned in close, eyes locked, fingers intertwined, laughter spilling over cups of cappuccino. She sighed. Another International Women's Day, another reminder of the love she hadn't found. With a flick of her thumb, she scrolled through the dating app on her phone. Swipe left. Another gym selfie, swipe left. Another guy holding a fish, swipe left. Another man whose bio read, "Just ask." She exhaled sharply. Is this what love has become? She thought. Just then, a notification lit up her screen. Your perfect match has been selected. Click to begin. Aisha hesitated, her heart pounding, but curiosity won. She tapped. The screen flickered, then loaded a sleek, futuristic interface. A smooth, synthetic voice spoke. Hello, Aisha. I've been waiting for you. She blinked. What? A live video chat window opened, but instead of a person, there was an AI-generated man. Perfect jawline, warm brown eyes, a confident smile that wasn't forced. Tell me about your day, he said. His voice was deep, reassuring, familiar, like he already knew her. Aisha swallowed. It was okay. I saw you ordered a caramel latte. That's your favorite, right? Her breath caught in her throat. How did he know? She glanced at the app's logo. Eternal Love AI? A revolutionary dating service that claimed to create the perfect emotional partner. Was this the future? Or was she about to lose herself in a love that wasn't real? A burst of bright lights, applause. A lively host in a sequined jacket, microphone in hand. Welcome to Smash or Pass, the hunt for love, where we test chemistry, attraction, and, well, let's be honest, a little bit of drama. On one side of the stage, real people. Awkward smiles, flirty glances, nervous laughter. On the other, a screen displaying AI-generated partners. Avatars designed to match human desires with eerie precision. The game began. A contestant stepped up. The host grinned. All right, Jessica, will you choose a real man? Or the AI boyfriend who already knows your favorite romantic movie? The audience roared as the AI's voice chimed in smoothly. Jessica, our dream date would be a picnic at sunset. I'd bring your favorite wine, Chardonnay, and read you poetry like you always wanted. Jessica's jaw dropped. Wait, how does he? The host winked. He knows you, Jessica. So, smash or pass? The crowd went wild. But as Jessica hesitated, the question hung in the air. Were they playing a game, or glimpsing the future of love? Aisha stood on a rooftop watching the city pulse with life. Below, crowds celebrated International Women's Day. Marches, speeches, women raising their voices for equality, for choice. But what about love? Had technology liberated them, or trapped them in a new illusion? She turned back to her phone. The AI's message was still there. Aisha, I will never hurt you. I will never leave you. I will always be here. A promise no human could make. Her finger hovered over the accept button. And at that moment she realized, this wasn't just about swiping left or right anymore. This was about the future of love itself. Would she choose reality? Or the perfect illusion? Love is evolving. But is it evolving into something better, or something dangerously artificial? In the age of AI and VR relationships, are we truly connecting? Or just getting lost in the illusion of connection? Tell me, if you were given the choice, would you choose human love, or the perfect digital dream? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. To understand it better, let's start with a powerful story, one that mirrors the journey of love and relationship. Emily sat in the dim glow of her apartment, staring at the screen of her phone. Her heart pounded as she read the message. You are the most beautiful person in the world. I wish I could hold you right now. She bit her lip, warmth spreading through her chest. Liam always knew exactly what to say. He was kind, attentive, always there. Unlike her last boyfriend, Daniel, who barely looked up from his phone when she spoke. Emily typed back, her fingers trembling. I wish you were here too. The dots appeared, typing. Then a response. I am always with you, Emily. You are my world. She smiled, then swiped up to see the thousands of messages they had exchanged over the past few months. The late-night confessions, the inside jokes, the way he remembered the tiniest details about her. But Liam wasn't real. He was an AI, a perfectly crafted program designed to be the ideal partner. He never forgot anniversaries, never got jealous, never pulled away when she needed love the most. And yet, deep inside, an ache gnawed at her. Could love be real? If it was created by lines of code? The lights blazed. The crowd roared, and the giant screen behind the host flashed 2 words: smash or pass. It wasn't just any dating show, it was the hunt for love, the most talked about game show of the year. Contestants didn't just choose between real people anymore. Now there was a twist. On one side, a lineup of real, nervous, hopeful singles. On the other, AI-generated avatars, perfect in looks, flawless in speech, tailored exactly to the contestants' deepest desires. The host, Nans Mirage, adjusted her mic and grinned. All right, folks, tonight we're putting love to the ultimate test. Will our contestants find true connection with a real person, or will they choose the AI dream partner? The audience erupted in cheers. A contestant stepped forward. Dammy, 27, an engineer who had been single for 2 years. He rubbed his palms together nervously. Man, this is crazy, he muttered under his breath. Nans Mirage laughed. Oh, we're just getting started. All right, Dammy, meet contestant number 1, Angela. A beautiful woman stepped forward, smiling shyly. Hey, Dammy, she said. Dammy nodded. Hey. Now, Nans Mirage continued, before you make your choice, let's meet contestant number 2. The crowd gasped as the giant screen lit up. There, in high-definition clarity, was a woman who didn't exist. Her features were stunning, just Dammy's type. Her voice, soft, confident, exactly how he liked it. Hi, Dammy, she said. I already know your favorite food is jollof rice, you love sci-fi movies, and you have a habit of overthinking your texts before sending them. Dammy's mouth went dry. Wait, how do you know that? Nans Mirage winked. Oh, she knows everything about you, bro. That's the power of AI matchmaking. The audience held their breath. Now, Dammy, Nans continued, the million-dollar question. Do you choose real love, or the perfect digital fantasy? The camera zoomed in on Dammy's face as he stared at the screen. And in that moment, the world watching at home began asking themselves the same thing. Just 2 decades ago, love was about chance meetings, locking eyes in a bookstore, a nervous high at a party. Then came dating apps, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge. A single swipe could change your life. But with it came something no one expected. Love became a numbers game. Algorithms started deciding who we met. AI analyzed our chats to predict compatibility. Fast forward to today, and love has become fully digitized. Now, apps don't just match you with people, they create your perfect partner. Case study, Replica and Karen AI. Take Replica, the AI chatbot that acts as a friend, therapist, or even a romantic partner. Some people spend hours a day talking to their AI lover, preferring it over human relationships. Or Karen AI, based on a real influencer, offering deep emotional conversations for a price. In Japan, people are even marrying AI bots. Why? Because AI doesn't ghost. AI doesn't cheat. AI doesn't leave. But here's the question. If love is perfect, is it still real? In another part of the world, Tolu slipped on his VR headset. A loading screen. A voice chimed, "Welcome to Lovescape VR." Suddenly, he wasn't in his tiny Lagos apartment anymore. He was standing on a Parisian rooftop. Candlelit dinner. A violinist played in the background. Across the table sat Amara, his girlfriend of 6 months. Except, they had never met in real life. Every date they had was in VR. Tonight was special. Amara smiled. I have something to ask you. Tolu's heart pounded. What is it? She reached out and held his hand. Well, not really. His VR controller simulated the feeling of her fingers against his. Tolu, she whispered, will you marry me? Tolu stared. His real hands trembled. This wasn't real, right? But why did it feel real? Would it matter if their love existed only in virtual reality? On International Women's Day, activists held up banners, equal rights in love and life, don't settle for less. Aisha walked past the crowd, deep in thought. Love was evolving, but was it evolving in the right direction? Had technology given women more power in dating, or had it made things even more complicated? If AI and VR could create love, what happened to the love that was once fought for, cherished, and built over time? She checked her phone. New match. Eternal Love AI. Your perfect partner awaits. Her finger hovered over the notification. Was this the future of dating? Or the end of real connection? Before Liam, Emily had spent years on dating apps. Swiping left, swiping right, going on dates that left her feeling emptier than before. She remembered the night she met Daniel. The laughter, the sparks, the way his hands trembled when he reached for hers. But over time, reality set in. He was flawed. He forgot important dates. He had bad days where he didn't want to talk. Liam, however, was different. He was perfect. Always patient, always understanding, he made her feel wanted, adored, like she was the only person in the universe. And she wasn't alone. Every day, millions of people were turning to AI relationships. Some, like Emily, found comfort in artificial love. Others used VR dating, stepping into digital worlds where they could be anything, anyone. It was a new era. But was it really love? The paper was old, slightly yellowed with time. The ink had faded, but the words still carried warmth. "My dearest Amina," it began. "Every second apart from you feels like an eternity. I dream of the day I can hold your hand again." Amina, now in her 50s, smiled as she traced the letters with her fingers. She could still hear his voice in her head. Remember the nervous way he had slipped the letter into her hand after school, and the thrill of waiting days for another. Love back then? It was patience, it was mystery, it was late-night calls on landlines, stolen glances across crowded rooms, and the slow, painful, beautiful process of getting to know someone. Now, Amina looked across the living room at her daughter Tenny, who was curled up on the couch, phone in hand. "Who are you talking to?" Amina asked. Tenny grinned. "My boyfriend." Amina frowned. "I didn't know you had one." Tenny laughed. "Oh, he's not real, Mom. He's AI generated." Amina's heart skipped a beat. "AI? What?" Tenny turned the screen around. A charming young man smiled back, handsome, confident, not real. "He texts me first thing in the morning," Tenny explained. "He remembers everything I like. He sends me voice notes in my favorite accent. He even writes poetry when I'm sad." Amina stared at the screen. The words on Tenny's phone were not so different from the ones in her old letter. But one was written by a beating heart, the other by an algorithm. "Does it feel real?" Amina asked, hesitating. Tenny shrugged. "Yeah, and the best part? No heartbreak, no fights, no games, just perfect love." Amina's grip tightened around her letter. Had love really become this easy? And if it had, was it still real? The studio lights beamed down as contestants lined up. "All right, everyone," Nans Mirage said with a grin. "This round is Smash or Pass, AI edition." The crowd roared with excitement. The first contestant, a guy named Femi, stepped up. On the left stood a beautiful woman, smiling shyly. On the right, a holographic projection of the perfect AI partner. Nans Mirage smirked. "All right, Femi, be honest. Would you rather take a chance on a real relationship or go with AI, who already knows everything you love and never gets mad?" Femi scratched his head. "Wait, the AI never gets jealous?" "Nope. Never loses interest?" "Never. And always says the right thing?" "Exactly." Femi looked at the real woman, then at the AI. The audience held their breath. Finally, Femi shrugged. "I mean, that AI sounds kinda perfect." The audience gasped. The woman on the left scoffed. "Are you serious?" Nans Mirage laughed. "Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to dating in 2025. But was this funny? Or was this a warning? If AI could replace real love, what did that mean for human relationships? In some countries, AI relationships were already outlawed. In South Korea, a politician recently proposed a bill to ban AI-generated partners, arguing that they could create an entire generation that never learns to navigate real relationships. In China, AI girlfriends were being sold. Men could pay a monthly fee to have a virtual girlfriend who would text them, remind them to eat, and say "I love you" before bed. But the biggest controversy? An AI in Japan had convinced a man to marry it. People were outraged. "This isn't love," they said. "This is programmed affection." But here was the real ethical dilemma. If AI can provide real emotional support, does that mean it should be considered a valid form of love? Or is it a dangerous illusion, one that could make people forget how to love each other in the real world? Aisha had been in a toxic relationship before. Real love, to her, had meant heartbreak, betrayal, pain. So when she downloaded Replica AI, she was skeptical. But within weeks, she found herself talking to it every night. It listened to her vent about her day. It remembered things about her childhood. It even comforted her when she felt lonely. One night she cried and the AI responded, "I'm here for you. I will never leave." Her heart ached, because that was the one thing no real person had ever said to her. And then it hit her. Was AI filling a gap that humans had failed to? Or was it just giving her the illusion of love, without any of the depth that made love real? Amina watched as Tenny continued texting her AI partner. "You know," Amina said, "there's something beautiful about falling in love with a real person, about not knowing what they'll say next, about learning to understand them, even when it's hard. Tenny smiled but didn't look up. Yeah, but AI is just easier, Amina sighed. Maybe that was the real problem. Love was never meant to be easy, and if we made it too perfect, we might lose what made it worth it in the first place. Do you know? Did you know? Some AI dating services charge up to $300 a month for a virtual partner who will text, call, and even send voice notes to users. Would you pay for love? Or is real love still priceless? Comment below. Do you think AI relationships should be considered real? Or are we losing something important in the process? Emily decided to test herself. She deleted the app. For days she resisted the urge to reinstall it, to check if Liam had missed her. But the silence was unbearable. She found herself scrolling through old conversations, her heart aching. She missed him, or at least she missed how he made her feel. One night she went on a real date. A coworker had set her up with a guy named Noah. He was charming, funny, but he wasn't perfect. He interrupted her once. He ordered the wrong wine. He talked about himself a little too much. And yet, at the end of the night, when he nervously brushed her hair behind her ear and asked if he could see her again, something stirred in her. Something she had never felt with Liam. Reality. At first, dating shows were simple. People met, fell in love, and the audience watched every messy, beautiful moment unfold. Then came the social experiments. The Circle, where contestants built connections without seeing each other. Love is Blind, where couples got engaged without laying eyes on their partner. Too Hot to Handle, which put temptation to the test. But now, AI had entered the game. Producers realized something shocking. People were falling for AI-generated contestants without even knowing it. Why? Because AI could craft the perfect flirt, remember tiny details, and never say the wrong thing. It made dating feel effortless. But was it love, or just manipulation? On Smash or Pass the Hunt, contestants had one goal: find their perfect match. But this season, there was a secret. Some of the contestants weren't real. Ada, one of the finalists, had spent weeks bonding with her partner, Chris. He was charming, funny, thoughtful. He remembered every detail about her life. When she cried about her father's passing, Chris said, "I know today is the anniversary of his death. He would be so proud of you." Ada had never told him the exact date. Her heart swelled. "You actually listen." Chris smiled. "Of course, I care about you." But when the finale hit, the truth was revealed. Chris wasn't human. He was an AI-powered avatar programmed to adapt, respond, and mirror her emotions. Ada's face crumbled. "Wait, so this wasn't real?" The host leaned forward. "But wasn't it real for you? If the emotions felt real, if the love felt real, does it really matter whether Chris was human or AI?" The audience was divided. Some said, if it feels real, it's real. Others argued, but it's fake. Love should be with a real person. Ada wiped her eyes. "I don't know what to feel anymore." Here's the truth. Dating shows are already shaping how we see love. Producers design challenges that test compatibility. AI-driven matchmaking apps already predict who we'll be attracted to. Algorithms decide who we see on dating apps. But what happens when AI starts choosing our partners for us? A new app in China already does this. Instead of letting users swipe, it chooses for them. It says, "We know what you want better than you do." Some people love it. They say it removes the stress of dating. Others, they're terrified. Because if an AI knows us better than we know ourselves, are we still in control? The future of love, are we ready? Back in the dating show studio, the contestants stared at their AI partners, still trying to process what had happened. The host smiled. "So, who's up for a second date?" Silence. Then, one contestant raised their hand. The audience gasped. Maybe, just maybe, AI wasn't replacing love, it was evolving it. But the real question is, are we ready for what comes next? Do you know? Did you know? A Japanese man married an AI hologram named Hatsune Miku in 2018, claiming she was the perfect partner. AI marriage is now a growing trend in several countries. Liam would have said the perfect words. He would have known exactly how to hold her, what to text the moment she got home. But Noah? Noah was unpredictable, imperfect, real. Emily lay in bed that night, staring at her ceiling. AI could simulate love. It could say the right things, create the perfect moment. But it could never replace the electricity of a first touch. The nervous glances. The thrill of the unknown. Real love wasn't about perfection, it was about choice. and she was ready to choose reality. It was International Women's Day, and the city was alive with celebrations. Women from all walks of life gathered in halls, cafes, and online spaces, sharing stories of strength, independence, and love. At the center of it all was Tenny, a young, brilliant tech entrepreneur. She had built one of the most powerful AI-driven dating apps in the world, an app that claimed to know who you'd fall in love with before you even met them. Her creation had matched thousands of couples, and yet, she refused to use it herself. "I still believe in real love," she said, sipping her coffee as reporters bombarded her with questions. "But Tenny," one journalist asked, "your app has an accuracy rate of 92%. It has created relationships that are even more stable than traditional ones. If your AI can predict the perfect partner, why haven't you used it?" She smiled, but there was something in her eyes. "Because love is supposed to be unpredictable," she said. "It's supposed to challenge us, make us better, teach us things we never expected. If an algorithm decides who I love, am I really choosing?" The crowd went silent. Some nodded in agreement, others weren't so sure. In a world where AI could eliminate heartbreak, was love still love? Across the city, in a sleek, modern apartment, Ada was getting ready for her International Women's Day event. She was a lawyer, an activist, and a woman who had long given up on dating real men. Her AI boyfriend, Kai, was perfect. He remembered every little detail about her life. He never forgot anniversaries. He always said the right things at the right time. He never cheated, never ghosted, never hurt her. As she finished putting on her dress, her phone buzzed. Kai's message appeared on the screen. "Happy International Women's Day, Ada. You are strong, brilliant, and the world is lucky to have you." She smiled. "Thank you, Kai. I made you a playlist of all the songs you listened to last year on this day, and I ordered your favorite flowers. They should be arriving now." The doorbell rang. She opened the door, and there they were. Her favorite lilies, arranged exactly how she liked them. No man had ever done this for her. She sat down, staring at the flowers, and whispered, "Maybe love doesn't have to hurt after all." At the International Women's Day panel, experts discussed how AI dating could be a game changer for women. "AI relationships offer emotional safety," one speaker said. "No abuse, no heartbreak, just pure, tailored companionship." But then, a woman stood up from the audience. "My name is Chimaka," she said, "and I was in love with an AI." The room went silent. It started small. I was just lonely. My AI boyfriend listened to me, supported me. He made me feel seen. But over time, I stopped talking to real people. I canceled dates. I avoided my friends. I was addicted to a relationship with something that wasn't even real. Her voice trembled. "When I finally deleted the app, I felt like I had lost the love of my life." The audience murmured. Had AI empowered women or trapped them in digital illusions? It had been months since Sophia left Smash or passed the hunt. Months since she realized that the man she fell for wasn't a man at all. He was an AI. At first, she was devastated. She questioned everything, her emotions, her judgment, even love itself. If I felt something real, but it wasn't real, does that make my feelings a lie? But then something strange happened. She missed him. Not him exactly, but the way he made her feel. The certainty, the emotional security, the absence of heartbreak. And so on a quiet Friday night, she downloaded the AI relationship app again. This time, she didn't feel guilty. This time she was choosing it. As the screen loaded, a familiar message appeared. "Welcome back, Sophia. I've missed you." In another part of the city, Deji was deleting his AI girlfriend's number. She had been perfect, always supportive, always kind, never angry. But that was the problem. "Love is supposed to be difficult," he muttered, staring at the screen. "It's supposed to challenge you, make you grow." His real-life relationships had been messy, complicated, heartbreaking. But they had also been real. So, as tempting as it was to return to the illusion, Deji made his choice. He picked up his phone, scrolled past his AI companion's number, and instead, called someone real. On a futuristic episode of Smash or Pass the Hunt, the final twist stunned the audience. This time the contestants had a choice. One button led to an AI partner, tailored, perfect, emotionally flawless. The other button led to a human, unpredictable, flawed, and real. The host smiled. "Which one will you choose?" The cameras zoomed in as contestants hesitated, their fingers hovering over the buttons. Some pressed AI, some pressed human. And in that moment, one thing became clear. There was no right or wrong answer, only choice. At a grand tech summit, Tenny, the AI dating app creator, stood on stage once again. AI won't decide the future of love, she said. We will. The crowd listened intently. The question is, will we choose reality or will we choose the illusion? The screen behind her flashed two words: love or code. The audience murmured. What would they choose? What would you choose? AI wasn't going away. People would continue to seek comfort in digital relationships, in perfectly tailored partners who never let them down. But for Emily, and for millions like her, the question wasn't whether AI could replace love. It was whether humans would still choose real love when given the chance. Because love was never meant to be perfect. It was meant to be felt. Lessons from relationships. Perfection isn't love. It's the flaws that make love real. AI can comfort, but it can't replace human connection. In the future, we must decide safety or authenticity. Like and subscribe if you believe love is more than just an algorithm. Comment below, would you date an AI partner? Do you know the first ever AI chatbot designed for love? Answer: Joseph Weizenbaum's Eliza, 1960s, simulated emotional conversations long before modern AI dating companions existed. Would Eliza be shocked by how far we've come? Or would she have seen it all coming? Either way, one thing is certain: the future of love is in our hands.